On March 4, 2025, Donald Trump delivered his first foremost speech of his second time period, earlier than Congress. At the same time as all eyes had been on his phrases, there has been another plain presence inside the room. First woman Melania Trump, wearing a Dior darkish caviar, gay tweed fit from the BR's fall. 2024 series, Melania made a putting front, the ensemble offering in a belted jacket with a scarf-like element and an identical pencil skirt, changed into nothing quick of state-of-the-art. The price reportedly around $5,500 for the jacket and $1,747 for the skirt. Luxurious at its best style, analysts referred to that this established fashionable outfit changed into in line together, along with her signature fashion and her long status affinity for Dyer. Apparently the timing coincided with yours. Fall 2025 display in Paris, twist of fate. Maybe or possibly a diffused nod to the global style scene. The deep gray shadation exuded, authority and discretion flawlessly suited for the event. The headband element and cinched waist brought a hint of femininity. Balancing electricity with grace, a few commentators speculated that her preference of apparel changed into strategic state-of-the-art, sufficient to make an impact, however now no longer so interest-grabbing that it could overshadow Trump's speech, but her outfit could have been making an assertion. Beyond simply style opting for French luxurious emblem amid Trump's America First rhetoric, can be visible as a quiet announcement of her independent fashion and global sensibility. Melania's demeanor also sparked communication from her posture to her interactions. She regarded greater engaged than ever, now no longer only a silent determined beside the president. However, an energetic player frame language expert Judy James, talking to the Daily Mail, defined Melania's presence that night as displaying unparalleled self-assurance in contrast to her first time period, in which she changed into regularly perceived as reserved or even remote. This time she sat tall, hands lightly positioned on her lap, legs elegantly crossed. Long gone had been the annoying shoulders and downcast gaze. Alternatively, she exuded composure and quiet authority. 1 second stood out as Trump paused mid-speech. He unexpectedly pointed to her with a grin, pronouncing, "There she is." Melania responded with a heat-diffused smile and a slight nod. The clip right away went viral. Spa discussions throughout social media. Specialists referred to that this wasn't only a polite response, it appeared proper in comparison to beyond years, in which her expressions were occasionally examined as pressured or remote. This smile felt herbal, as though she changed into fully embracing her position. With inside the second her eyes barely upturned, counseled a quiet. However, mutual know-how with Trump, a departure from the bloodless or strained expressions that fueled hypothesis approximately their courting deliver, with inside the beyond Melania's interactions that evening. In addition, bolstered her evolving position upon coming into the chamber. She greeted second woman Usha Vance with a handshake swish, and unhurried signaling self-assurance and simplicity. Analysts noticed this as a signal that she changed into greater, inclined to have interaction with inside the political arena, than earlier than throughout Trump's speech. Republican lawmakers often erupted in applause, growing to their toes to cheer his regulations on price lists and the American dream Melania, but remained measured. She clapped on occasion, however, in no way stood retaining her signature composed demeanor. Specialists counseled this changed into intentional, providing aid at the same time, while subtly keeping her independence during Trump's first time period. Melania's frame language changed into without end, scrutinized from her infamous 2017 inaugural second, in which her smile vanished as quickly as Trump grew to become a way to her 2018 State of the Union look, in which she arrived one at a time and looked visibly remote. Hypothesis approximately her marriage and political stance in no way ceased. However, this time matters felt distinctive. She wasn't simply gift. She actively engaged a few accept as true. With this shift indicators her motive to play a greater scene position in Trump's 2D time period. Simply the day earlier than on March 3rd, she had promoted the Take a Down bill, displaying a newfound willingness to push initiatives. Whether or not this marks a real transformation, or a cautiously curated photo one thrice. Style this look cemented it as a defining characteristic of her second time period. In the course of Trump's first presidency, Melania's cloth dresser changed into ruled through soft tone attire, tailor-made coats and pointed heels. Hallmarks of her modelesque elegance consider the powder blue Ralph Lauren fit on the 2017 inauguration or the pristine white ensemble from her 2018 Africa excursion. Those clothes strengthened a sleek female photograph. Now, in 2025, she appears motive on breaking that mildew. The dependent traces and impartial tones of her mild brown fit mission and air of authority, a stark assessment to the enigmatic, regularly reserved presence she maintained in Trump's first term. This deliver is not likely to be coincidental with the second one. Trump administration prioritizing economic restoration and national security. Her 606 cloth dresser selections is probably reflecting an extra engaged hands-on technique to her function that stated she hasn't deserted her signature elegance. Even though rooted in men's put on the fit stays glossy and equipped with heels, including a hint of femininity. The muted brown coloration moves a stability. It's critical and understated best for a political pudding, but avoids overshadowing the coverage dialogue at hand in comparison to the bold reds and stark whites she regularly wore. With Inside the Beyond, this pede shows an extra measured strategic technique. A few observers trust this transformation alerts a pass from being a passive parent to taking up an extra lively public function. The usage of style as diffused extension of her political engagement. Melania fashion has continually sparked debate from the notorious "I actually do not care" do you jacket to her current embrace of menswear. Her style selections are regularly interpreted as political statements, whether or not intentional or now. No longer her cloth dresser has a manner of drawing interest and fueling hypothesis. One in all the maximum recognizable elements of Melania's style is her desire for smooth traces and monochrome palettes. She gravitates closer to dependent silhouettes, climate-equipped attire, A-line skirts or tailor-made blazers that spotlight her 726 statuesque parent, whilst exuding timeless sophistication at Trump's 2017 inauguration. She wore a sky blue Ralph Lauren fit a high-neck, impeccably tailor-made coat, paired with matching gloves. It changed into a nod to classic first girl style, but cutting edge in its simplicity. Her love for monochrome dressing is any other signature, whether or not in white, black, beige, or smooth pastels. Melania regularly opts for unmarried tone clothes. This technique now no longer best maintains her appearance subtle and polished, however additionally guarantees that the point of interest stays on fabric great, and detailing at a 2018 state ceremonial dinner, with Inside the UK she's bowled over, white doctor robe, sleeveless, cinched on the waist, and result, seasonally regal, making a assertion without excessive gildings. Melania has a well-documented affinity for high fashion, regularly selecting designs from Dolce & Gabbana, Dior, Ganci, and Hervé Pierre. Those labels are regarded for their meticulous craftsmanship and distinctive aesthetics. In 2017, in the course of a nation visit to France, she wore a hanging pink Dior fit hole with a huge brimmed hat, a tribute to French style and a masterclass in color assertion. Dressing one in all her maximum memorable collaborations has been with Hervé Pierre, the designer, at the back of her 2017 inaugural ball robe. The off-white strapless get-dressed featured sleek flowing traces with diffused shimmer, a perfect blend of understated luxurious and first-girl refinement. Melania's add-ons are simply as carefully curated as her clothes. She leans closer to ambitious but minimalist portions, pointed toe heels, dependent belts, and oversized shades. Her Move footwear brands, Mantle Oblique and Chrisen Luton, are regarded for mixing consolation with high-quit elegance. She additionally has a penchant for assertion hats, from huge brim designs to military fashion caps. She makes use of headwear to add character to her appears in the course of her 2018 Africa excursion. She wore a white safari fashion hat paired with a khaki ensemble, stirring debate over colonial generation style references. Melania Trump's style selections have continually been extra than simply aesthetic. They're a mix of elegance, electricity, and quiet defiance, whether or not via minimalist energy fits or couture robes.